Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, 'cause a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping. And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, 'neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp. When my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the soul of silence. I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see the girls go by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes. I see a line of cars and they're all painted black, with flowers and my love, both never to turn back. Bury your secrets in my skin. Come away with innocence and leave me with my sins. The air around me still feels like a cage. Love is just a camouflage for what resembles rage again. So if you love me, let me go and run away before I know. My heart is just too dark to care. I can't destroy what isn't there. Deliver me into my fate. If I'm alone, I cannot hate. I don't deserve to have you. My smile was taken long ago. If I can change, I hope. I never know. He brings a gun to school and he'd simply kick my ass if he knew the truth. He lives on my block and drives an IROC, but he doesn't know who I am, and he doesn't give a damn about me, 'cause I'm just a teenage dirtbag baby. Yeah, I'm just a teenage dirtbag, baby. Listen to Iron Maiden, baby, with me. Ooh, how can you see into my eyes like open doors, leading you down into my core, where I become so numb without a soul, my spirit sleeping somewhere cold, until you find it there and lead it back home. Wake me up inside, wake me up inside, call my name and save me from the dark. Never opened myself this way, life is ours, we lit our way. All these words I don't just say, and nothing else matters. Trust I seek and I find in you, every day for us something new. Open mind for a different view. When you try your best but you don't succeed, when you get what you want but not what you need, when you feel so tired but you can't sleep, stuck in reverse. When the tears come streaming down your face, when you lose something you can't replace, when you love someone but it goes to waste, could it be worse? Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. Kiss me out of the bearded barley nightly, beside the green, green grass. Swing, swing, swing the spinning step. You wear those shoes and I will wear that dress. Oh, kiss me beneath the milky twilight. Lead me out on the moonlit floor. Lift your open hand, strike up the band, and make the fireflies dance, the silver moon sparkling. So kiss me. Hello.
Good afternoon, my beautiful beans, and welcome to the weekend. We have all made it once again. We are all here. Look at those beautiful beans. Honey says, OMG, new hair. Oh, hell yeah. Look, Beans, I have to keep you on your toes. And now and then, I just have to completely redesign my entire look. It happens every, I'd say, 6 months. I just get this deep urge to completely change everything. And it happened again. Hello, my lovely bean. Swiss Bun says, oh my God, she looks even more beautiful. Thank you, Swiss Buns. I'm so glad you like my hair dark. I think it's right for my face. I think this is what my hair is supposed to look like. Therefore, it complements my face the best. Fabio Verso, it's a pleasure to see you. Thank you, Beans. I was very nervous. I did this all on my own, completely all on my own in the house, except for with Dave. In a sort of blind panic, as I usually do when I'm doing my hair, just like pure spur of the moment decision. I'm just gonna bloody do it before I can change my mind. And then I felt really nervous while it was in because I didn't know what was gonna happen, and then I was really pleased. Hello, Raz, how are you? Careful, Raz, I am Dark Venus. Kentai, it's a pleasure to have you with us. How are you, the king of Bing? Angie Indy, my angel of music, I hope you're having a beautiful Saturday. Colton, you say my beautiful beans, and holy hair makeover Batman. Hi Colton, how are you doing, love? We have also got Avery. Cheers to you, my darling bean. Tetrix Effect, it's a pleasure to have you here. Jilly says, hold on, hold the phone, Jilly, it's happened. Oh my gosh, I can't even keep up, so much is going on. Andy, thank you for the 50-bit cheer. You say hair looks fantastic. Thank you, Andy, I'm so glad you like it. Maid, are you having the most marvellous of Saturdays? Ghost Zero, it's a pleasure to have you here. Stalkerish Tendency says, utter magic is what happened. Wow, says it looks amazing. Thank you. It's so scary doing a drastic change every time, and that's part of the thrill. I think really what's happened this week is I've not gone bouldering enough. I've not had enough thrill in my life, so I had to do something to my hair. Hi, Lukey. Lukey, how is your day going? What have you been up to? DM790, how are you, my darling bean? Boris, hi! Boris, are you having a fantastic day? Aero Arix, it's a pleasure to have you with us. PB68, how are you? Say, Halloween, hairy, scary Venus. I was thinking this is the perfect autumn look. This is an October hairdo if ever I've seen one. Thank you to the chairman himself for that 400-bit cheer. You say, I've heard dark-haired Venus doesn't give the tension. Oh no. No, Iokel, she gives much worse. I can't even tell you what it is yet. It's that bad. DM6222, thank you for that 100-bit cheer. You say parents away and out goes the hair dye. Honestly, that is also what's happened a bit. Parents are away, and it's always fun to do things and surprise people when they return. And although, to be honest, I've already sent them a picture because I knew they'd see it on social media, and or if they popped into the stream. I didn't want them to have a heart attack by getting a shock. Infrared Spectre, you say you look even more enchanting with brunette hair. It did bring out the colour in your eyes. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like it. Having dark hair and blue eyes, it definitely pops those blue eyes out much more than the blonde did. Wisey UK, good afternoon to you. You say parents are away and you rebel with new hair. Well, look, Beans, I never promised that I wasn't a rebel. I never pretended to be a good well-behaved bean, okay? I rebel and dye my hair, and I even had a cocktail with my lunch. A cocktail and then an ice cream, because my sister's back and my no sugar rule has gone out the window for the last 2 days, as yesterday we went out for high tea. Today we went out and had ice cream, and I had an Aperol Spritz in the middle of the day on a Saturday. This is what happens when Span comes back. Honestly, dye my hair, start drinking cocktails at lunch and have ice cream. It's all going on at once. Thank you, Kentai, for that 100-bit cheer. Bless your face. You're so wonderful. Pandu, you say dark-haired Venus gives double attention. Also, hi, Venus. Hope you're having a good day and a good stream. Pandu, I'm having such a good day. But let me tell you, I did not have a good night. The shenanigans that happened last night. Oh, my word. I will tell you that. I will get into this story. Movie Trav, thank you for bestowing a pair of wings upon Raid Buffy. Bless you, Movie Trav. Boris, thank you for that 100-bit cheer. You say, let's rebel together. Boris, don't you dare. Beans, no, you can't yet. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to turn those hype train settings up. This is because Beaver Baz is away and I forget things. My dad is so good at remembering all the details. I have forgotten to set the hype train level at impossible. I like to set it at impossible for at least the first hour so that none of you can make a train, so that all you can do is just sit and listen and not feel the urge to that you have to give. I just want you to be able to relax and enjoy it. But there you are with a level 2 hype train already. Is this the brunette hair hype train? Thank you, Maid, for the 100-bit. You say that shenanigans. These beans, absolutely outrageous. You're all rebelling against me as hard as I'm rebelling against everyone. Thank you, Movie Trav, for bestowing a pair of wings upon our beans. Thank you, Andy, for the 50-bit cheer. Boris for that 500-bit cheer. You said gorgeous. Thank you, Boris. Bless you. Thank you, Shadow for it, for 26 months of resubscribing. You say, good afternoon. I love the new hair. Shadow, thank you. I'm so glad that you love it. Bless your face. And thank you so very much. Thank you also to, oh my goodness, there's so much. There is so much to catch up on here. A Splattercat for that 100-bit cheer. Getting into detention early, I see, Splattercat. You say hello, Beans. Oh, don't worry. The bits are just there to annoy Venus. Splattercat, you are so cheeky. The levels of cheek that you bring to every stream. Andy, thank you for that 50-bit cheer. You say, good afternoon, Queen V. Mods Beans. Happy Saturday stream, Venus. Happy Saturday stream to you. Thank you, Awaken One, for a tier 3 subscription for 30 months. Oh my God. You say, hi, the day is bright and V is dark, but her smile and the sun are constant. Oh, thank you so much, Wakener One. You're so endlessly angelic. Bless your face. Party Pete, thank you for bestowing 2 pairs of wings upon our glorious beans. Those lucky beans who received a pair of wings thanks to Party Pete are Sunny DK and DC Nuts. Avery M has just bestowed a pair of wings upon Excalibur 23. Thank you, Avery M. And All But Slow has just bestowed a 100-bit cheer upon my face. Thank you so very much, All But Slow, for your incredible generosity, you absolute angel of a bean. Thank you, Boris, for 63 months and a tier 3 subscription. All these tier 3 subscriptions. Oh, Lord. Thank you, Boris, so much for your incredible kindness. You say new button. Who dis? Thank you, Boris. I can't believe how many years you've been here. Kentai, thank you for bestowing a pair of wings upon Rashi, our darling Rashi. Kentai, the king of Bing himself. Beans, a level 5 hype train. And I am literally 16 minutes into the stream, 5 minutes on screen, and haven't even sung you a song. What are you all doing? What is this? This is naughty. This is absolutely outrageous naughtiness. And I have to tell you that brunette me is far scarier than blonde me ever wishes she could have ever been. Far scarier. So you're jumping on this train at your own peril. And this train actually is a runaway train. So if you dare jump on board this train, be prepared for the ride of your life. Movie Trav, thank you for that 200-bit cheer. Thank you, DM. You say beware. Brunettes dig detention dungeons. I sure do. Detention is, as DM says, deep underground. We're going to take this runaway train all the way up and then all the way down into the centre of the earth. Where I have dug the deepest detention dungeon, and there is molten lava cake down there. We have got all kinds of sweet, delicious treats to tempt you, and of course, just general detention terror as always. So, bring your party hats if you dare. Well, what are we going to start with? I think we've got to start with something dark and delicious and dangerous. In fact, you know what? I've just said one of the words of what should be the first song. Dangerous. Dangerous Woman, because I'm feeling pretty dangerous with this hair, I've got to say. It's given me a whole new lease of danger vibes. Oh, and let me tell you about my terrifying, freaky, awful, scary, so scary, what a night. Okay, so I was sleeping peacefully, having just the normal array of intense dreams that I have every night. And a little side note for those of you that don't know, I am a sleepwalker, so that kind of comes into this story, sort of. Princess Bliss, thank you for that 100-bit cheer. So as much as pink would have looked nice on you, I'm happy to see the genuine Venus. She looks incredibly happy. Enjoy your stream, darling. Thank you so much. Bless your face. It does feel good. It also feels good to know that my hair is going to be so healthy. Already it feels so healthy. Just adding colour, even to blonde that's already been bleached, adding colour actually makes your hair healthy again, because it's adding something to the hair as opposed to taking away. Anyway, I digress. So I was awoken rather rudely at 4:25 this morning to the to a blood-curdling scream, which sounded like it was right in my garden. Just this, a female voice, blood-curdling scream. And I live in a very quiet place where you don't hear such things. It doesn't happen. It was extremely out of the ordinary. It's not a built-up area. It's a nothingness area. And so this blood-curdling scream happens, and I sit upright in bed, and I'm like, oh my God, what is going on? Immediately, my half-dreaming brain was creating all kinds of the worst circumstances that were going on outside the window. I was imagining someone getting dragged away down the garden by an evil, monstrous person. And I heard another blood-curdling scream. Terrifying sound. I mean, just like the kind of scream that makes you feel cold when someone's screaming, and it's like horrifying. So I got up and I went to the door, and Rowan was fast asleep next to me, but he'd been working yesterday. He was shooting, doing the Game of Thrones spin-off. Can't remember what it's called. But anyway, doing that. So he'd been out all day on set, really tired. He was fast asleep in bed. I get up, and I, at this point, because he's not stirred by this scream, I'm like, did I imagine that? I can't have. So I opened the door to the garden, and it wasn't a fox, Luke. It was a woman. And I opened the garden door, and sort of moving further away from me was a woman's voice yelling at the top of her lungs, and I had no idea what she was yelling. I made out one word, I think, which was Oscar. I think I heard this person scream Oscar. I was so scared at this point because I thought someone was getting attacked. I had no idea. So I was frozen in the door, like, what on earth am I supposed to do? Is it just a drunk teenager that's out there randomly in this area and is just having a moment? Or is this someone in need of attention, like right now? So I run back into the bedroom and I wake up Rowan. I'm like, I think we need to call the police. And he is very used to me sleepwalking and sleep talking and seeing things that aren't there in the room. I will wake up in a half dream and think there's a spider on us or whatever, and he'll say to me, don't worry, it's not real, you're dreaming. So he said, don't worry, it's not real, you're sleepwalking. And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm not. I've been outside, I'm not sleepwalking. And he was like, no, I think you're sleepwalking. And I was like, no, I'm not. I can still hear her outside. He's like, okay, I'm just gonna go pee. And I was like, no, this is urgent. This isn't sleepwalking. But he obviously didn't. He just thought I was sleepwalking. So he goes and pees and comes back and meets me at the garden door, at which point the shouting stops just as he arrives at the door. So at this point, to him, I'm just seeming absolutely bonkers. Just fully sleepwalking. But I was not sleepwalking. So I was, at this point, just panicked. And I was like, we need to go out there. She might need help. Should we call the police? She was over in a community that's next door to mine. So I, at this point, thought, I can't hear what she's saying. I can't judge whether this is someone who needs help or if this is someone having a great time. It's either someone who's like yelling in joy or in pure terror. So we go for a little walk to the community next to ours, and I can see lots of lights around in houses. So obviously people have been woken up by the shouting, because how couldn't they? Because she really was right outside their houses, not mine. And so I come to the rational decision after about 10 minutes of dithering, not being able to hear her or see her anything. There was no commotion at that point. And I thought, you know what, they're going to have heard much better than I did, whether or not the police need to be called. So me calling the police is only going to add chaos to what is probably not even a situation. So we went back home. I texted at 4:30 in the morning. I sent a group message to my entire community of the bit where I live, and no one had been woken up by it, so no one replied, which again blows my mind because this was loud. And the next morning I did have a message. One of my neighbours had heard it, so this is the only person who can corroborate the fact that I'm not crazy and sleepwalking. And she'd heard it, and she had woken up and been and assumed that she was dreaming too, and so she'd gone straight back to sleep. But I hadn't, and there was I went and checked out everything the next morning, and nothing had happened, and the police didn't ever need to be called. So obviously something bad hadn't happened. I'm assuming they could all hear what she was yelling. My only idea of what could have been happening at the time, I thought perhaps she's chasing after her dog. If her dog had escaped and it was chasing an animal, and that could have been a reason for her to do a blood-curdling scream if she realised her dog was attacking a cat or something like that. And if the dog was called Oscar, because I only heard the word Oscar, and that she then ran off into the distance yelling, because that's what I could hear, is this yelling voice getting further and further and further away, and it was so unsettling. I was so spooked. I was really spooked. And I was not only spooked because I thought I was maybe sleepwalking, but I was also spooked at the thought that what if this is something paranormal? Because I thought no one else is hearing this except for me. I'm very confused. And earlier that day, I'd gone out to tea with my sister and her husband and my grandmother, and we were all sitting around a table, and there was a woman, only one woman in the garden with us in this tea room, and no one seemed, I didn't know if anyone had seen her except for me, and throughout the entire tea, this woman was having some sort of breakdown. It was actually quite distressing to see. She was very upset. She was smoking. She was sort of shaking herself around and really obviously going through a difficult time. But I wasn't sure that anyone had seen her. So in my sort of dazed, sort of sleepy brain, I was like, what if she was a ghost and she's followed me home and this is her screaming in the garden? You know, you're just so sleepy that you kind of come up, you've seen too many horror movies, let's just say, and your brain creates the scariest thing that it can. And I thought, this woman, no one saw her at the tea room, except for they did, because I checked today, and the other people in my sister and her husband had actually noticed this woman. But I didn't know that because none of us spoke about it, because there was no time to speak about it. She was near us and she was going through something difficult, so I guess no one mentioned anything. But oh my god, I was setting myself up for Halloween good and proper, Luke. I got so spooked, and then I just couldn't fall back asleep. So Dave came down, because he always knows if there's something going on or if we're feeling scared. So Dave came down, got in the bed. This is a bit gross, this next part of the story, so prepare yourselves. If you're a bit squeamish, this is not for you, this part of the conversation. It's about dog butts, just so you know the area I'm going to talk about. Dave has got a strange problem, which a few dogs that I actually know randomly has. And I actually know I have a mutual connection of someone who is a specialist in dealing with this, which is a very random thing. But some dogs can have a problem with their butt where it leaks. This they sort of spray something out. Male dogs spray something out their butt when they poop. This is really gross, but it's a marking thing. It smells really bad. And Dave's got a problem with a leaky bum. And it's horrible. It's so bad. So he doesn't do it unless you move him in his sleep, and he's not done it for months. And then this week he's done it twice. So there's obviously something going on this week with him. Yeah, it's the anal gland. That's the thing. He's got the anal gland problem. And he got in bed with us, which is a very rare thing in itself. And I was awoken at 7:30 after having been up since 4:30 pretty much, and I just drifted off, and then I could hear Dave just licking the duvet, which is the sign of the leaky bum, because he'll try and clean wherever it's happened, and he can't really reach his butt to clean. So this is really gross, I'm sorry. But it's just what happened. And so I could smell it. It stinks. It's a bad smell. It smells like like a fish shop. So I realised he'd had the butt leak on the duvet. He was sleeping on top of the duvet. Thank God he wasn't under the duvet. That would have been a real nightmare to have to clean the mattress cleaner and the mattress protector and all the sheets. But he was luckily on the duvet, and the duvet is a thin summer duvet, so I can take the entire duvet and clean it on a hot wash. That's all fine. But we were just so asleep, and Rome was just fast asleep again, and I had to sort of stir him. I was like, don't breathe. Try not to open your eyes, because he's been working so hard this week. He was so tired. I was like, I'm going to try and change this duvet, but I had to get under the bed to get the other duvet. It was such an eventful night. Anyway, then I had to go give Dave a shower, because he needs a full shower after that happens. And then Dave was all disturbed, so I just gave up trying to sleep at that point. And but you know what? All of this in the highest of spirits, because I got new hair. Sometimes that's all you need, just to keep you smiling, at least just for the first few days whilst it's got novelty to it. So there you go. That's the terror of my Friday night. That is about the craziest my life gets at the moment. At some point through the Halloween month, I'm going to tell you a genuinely terrifying story. A lot of you who are long-time viewers will have heard it before, and it's the story of the zombie, legitimately seeming zombie on my road, actually this house when I was growing up. And I'll tell you that in the Halloween month, we'll have a spooky story time. That one is honestly terrifying. Much more scary than last night's. Last night's was sort of a load of non-events that sounded scary. The other one is it's a real spooky story. So yeah, hi Marino, thank you. Oliver, thank you very much. I'm glad you all like the hair. Yeah, sorry for that really gross dog butt interlude. I'll move on now. I'm just, sharing is caring, and I care about you all, and I just want to tell you about my night. But today's been lovely. Today's been a dog walk in the sunshine, lunch out. I had a halloumi, some sort of halloumi wrap. Can't remember what the flavouring was. It was amazing. And then a cocktail, ice cream, time with my family. Oh, what a day! What a day! A Fortnite game. It was all going on. Abs is breathtaking. No, you're breathtaking. Bless you. Ahad says, wait, what happened to your hair? I mean, it looks great, but your hair was iconic. I'm kind of sad. I'm sorry, Ahad. I've seen a couple of people who are sad about it, but on the whole, I'd say 99% of you have been super pumped about the change. Don't worry, to any of you that are sad about it. My hair will probably change 1 billion times again in the future. You just never know what's going to happen with my hair, but I'm very, very happy with it at the moment. I love it too. Captain, hi, how are you, my sweet? Are you having a good day, Captain Redbeard? How's your Saturday gone? Oliver says, this moment I'm sitting in the sunshine at the fields and listening to you. A perfect day. Ah, that sounds so lovely. Sitting in the fields and the sunshine is just one of the best feelings, isn't it? As long as you don't have hay fever. The mad mechanic, it's a pleasure to have you here. Bedoy says, Venus, I've never seen you with bad hair. It can't happen. I'm sure it can. Well, I know it can. I try very hard for each stream to make sure that I have sort of put effort into my look. I really, really enjoy styling myself for streams. In between streams, I have many bad hair days, awful fashion days. I often just spend the day in I like wearing really comfortable clothes. I am not someone that can sit around in tight clothes like jeans. Can't do it. I have to wear very soft fabric, so the best thing for me is like soft loose trousers, and often my soft loose trousers are covered in sort of stains. I've got lots of bleach stained clothes from all the times I've worn them for for bleaching my hair, and so I walk around in loose, baggy, soft, stained clothes and I just live like a little troll child, and I love it. I'm so happy like that, but I also adore dressing myself up and acting as if I'm my own Barbie doll to dress up, and then in between just completely fail to do anything in the fashion department. It's great, but I really do enjoy dressing up for events and for my streams. Maid says, doesn't believe Venus has bad fashion days. Oh, Maid, I do. I will post some photographic evidence, in fact, in the Discord. I'll remind me to do that, because I'll probably forget. And I'll give you some examples of my outrageous fashion. This morning I was wearing, as I stumbled out in the darkness, I was wearing green fleecy bottoms, a purple fluffy jumper, big fluffy socks that went way up over the trousers, and then trainers that were squashed on over the top. It looked so funny. It was a great, to be fair, it was more just like a really amusing outfit combination. But no, bad fashion days, I'm all about that. I'm also very into just practical clothing, just things I can climb in, things I can dog walk in, things I can hike in. So a lot of the time my fashion is just not even anything but practical. Right. What do I do? What am I? Maid says, look, if Venus is wearing it, it becomes fashionable. It's pretty straightforward. Maid, you're too kind. You're far too kind to me. Brian says, I love jeans, but I get the stretchy ones. Yeah, if I had really stretchy jeans, I'm sure I'd be okay with them. Maybe not. If there's any sort of tightness with a jean, I can't do it, but I can do tightness on really soft leggings if they're just like the softest thing. But I hate materials that aren't soft, so I do struggle with jeans. I used to be a jean wearer, but I just suddenly in my mid-20s started to really, really become hyper aware of my comfort level with clothes, and suddenly didn't want to wear jeans ever again. And I have a whole load of them under my bed that I still love but don't wear. Wakener One says, pictures will prove that you have the Photoshop skills to make yourself look average. Wakener One, I honestly wish I had any Photoshop skills at all. I remember trying to learn Photoshop skills. If I'm ever using anything that requires photo editing, I use apps on my phone that sort of have it really, really simple. Like, actually, the Lighthouse video, the music video I did, that the light in the lighthouse is an after effect that I got. I sort of made that by adding an effect to a picture of that lighthouse through a photo editing app, and somehow managed to make it look like a lighthouse light. I don't know how that happened. That was just an absolute fluke. Showtime says Venus is a trendsetter. Oh, it's because you're not seeing these outfits, Beans. You're getting the wrong impression from my put together, thought through outfits that I do for the stream. Party Pete says, as long as you're comfortable, the look doesn't matter. That's how I feel. You see, if I see someone in really comfortable clothes, I love their outfit. And that's just, my brain has changed as I've got older to really just love outfits that look really comfortable, and not be so swayed by like the fashionness of it. I used to look at fashionable outfits and regardless of how comfortable it looked, think, oh, that's a nice outfit. I'd like that outfit. But now I think, can I lunge in that? Can I do a low squat? Can I crawl along the floor or through a hedge backwards in that? And if not, get it out of it. I can't wear that. John Deeds, it's a pleasure to have you with us. Sakura, how are you doing, my lovely? Lincoln says, your videos are amazing. I love editing. I love it too. And you know what? It's like, I kind of feel like I'm in constant, just always in education, because I'm teaching myself with every video how to do a bit more editing. And it's so much fun. It's a very involved process, and it's very difficult on my old laptop, which I need to replace. But it's absolutely... Other than the slowness of my machine, if my machine was really fast, I would find editing just magical. It's a little bit frustrating for the last few videos. I'm working on one now. My my computer's a bit creaky, so it's taking the joy away a little bit. But the actual editing itself, as a standalone thing, I love it. Mad Mechanic, how are you? You say Venus would even make Marilyn Monroe blush. Mad Mechanic, you're so sweet. Bless your face. Maid says, can I climb a bouldering wall in that outfit? Then it's out. Pretty much, yes, Maid. That's it. Also, thank you for the 100 bits here. I want to be able to boulder in all my clothes. Like being able to just, the trousers being able to have full flexibility. I want to be able to eat a full meal in all of my trousers. If they don't expand at the waistline, they got to get out of there. I can't stand the feeling of eating a meal and my trousers suddenly feeling too tight. That is horrifying. It's like I'm being restricted on the amount of food I'm allowed to eat by my own clothes. Now that's evil. So making sure all clothes are food friendly and bouldering friendly and dog friendly and walk friendly. This doesn't apply to stream clothes. Stream clothes are all about just, well, I need to like the feeling of them, but I just go for aesthetics. John Deeds, thank you so very much for firstly that 10-bit cheer and then that 100-bit cheer. Bless your face. Hello, Wagneram. It's a pleasure to have you with us today. How are you, my lovely? Yeti says, true fashion is nothing if it is not comfy. My housewear is a once it was slim leggings, which my mum didn't like anymore. Yep. I've got some of my mum's old leggings. It's 3 sizes bigger than my size, so it's very comfy. I'm with you there. Honestly, I love that. Hand-me-down leggings that have been worn in and then are so loose, and they get extra soft if they're sort of an old pair of cotton leggings. Oh, they get so magically soft. This top, beautifully soft. So nice. It's a really soft fabric. I'm someone that gets like the shivers very easily from textures of things like kitchen paper. I don't know if it's called that in every country. Kitchen roll, the paper you get in your kitchen in a big roll. That stuff, if I touch it, certain brands of that will make me almost fall to the floor because of the oh my god, it just does me in. And it's like that paper towels. A lot of paper towels will make me shudder. Even thinking about it, I've got full shivers right now. It's a horrible feeling. Parchment paper I'm fine with, Bill Nash. Parchment paper is fine. Some cardboard I really don't like. I get the same kind of vibe as lots of people do from a blackboard and nails. I can't even say that. Obviously I get it from that too. But that's the same with a lot of paper towels for me. Movie says, I see lots of females wear the workout leggings. Yeah, the workout leggings are generally great. I've got a lot of workout leggings that are specifically cotton bouldering leggings, and they are extra wonderful. Sort of, I don't particularly like the workout leggings that are almost shiny, sort of acrylic fabric and very tight. Nah, some of them are okay, but I can't do those very long. Sensory processing disorder, maybe. Sensory overload, I don't know. I got no idea. All I know is I'm very, very sensitive in many different areas. Sound, light, touch. I absolutely get overloaded very easily, and shivery. Just very, very shivery. But I don't know what particular disorder it is. I'm sure it's something. But I've always had that since I was a kid. Just really, really freaked out by certain textures. Rage says, yep, very much the same for me. I know a lot of people who are similar. Right, Showtime? Showtime says, right, it's time for some singing. Come on, Beans. Stop distracting me with your fabulous conversations. Okay, all right. Let's sing some songs. Let's do that thing. Let's do that thing that I meant to do. This is all because my mum and dad are away, honestly. All sense of decorum has gone out the window. Any idea of order, gone. Right, I was going to play you Dangerous Woman by... This is a dangerous warm-up song. Wow. I really chose wildly. I chose dangerously for the very first song of the stream. Oh my god, microfiber. Oh, same. Yeti, I feel you on that. It absolutely kills me if it catches on your skin. Oh god, it's like death. Maid says, thank you mods, great stream everybody, thank you Beans. Oh wait, there's singing, never mind. It's, you know what as well, it's because I did a hangout stream yesterday where we did nothing but chat, and I've got a taste for it.
Don't need permission, made my decision to test my limits. Cause it's my business, God as my witness. Start what I finish. Don't need no hold up, taking control of this kind of moment. I'm locked, unloaded, completely focused. My mind is open. All that you got, skin to skin. Oh my God, don't just stop by. Oh, something about you makes me feel like a dangerous woman. Something about you makes me wanna do things that I shouldn't. Something about nothing to prove, and I'm bulletproof and know what I'm doing. The way you're moving, like introducing us to a new thing. I wanna save it for later, the taste of flavor. Cause I'm a taker, cause I'm a giver. It's only nature, I live for danger. All that you got, skin to skin. Oh my God, don't just stop by. Something about you makes me feel like a dangerous woman. Something about you makes me wanna do things that I shouldn't. Oh, something about you.
For the very first song of the stream, 42 minutes into the stream. Oh my God, what have I been doing? That was Dangerous Woman by Ariana Grande. And I saw someone request Shutter Speed. Hell yes, I'd like to play you Shutter Speed. Question though, Beans, do you want it acoustically or do you want it with production? I'm going to do a poll for this. It's easier than just asking you in chat. Right, Shutter Speed. acoustic. Wow, the amount of type. I'm going to leave them all in because they're kind of fun. Acoustic or production. I'm just not good at typing. You've got shutter soed. I think there's another typo in there as well. Right, let's see. What is it that the beans have decided? It's 100% of the vote so far for acoustic. That is so lovely. Thank you, Beans, for enjoying my acoustic performances. 20 votes to 1 for acoustic. That is completely mad. Thank you, my beautiful Beans. Now, sidewalk enforcer, I have changed. I have gone through a change. G. Gemma, it's a pleasure to have you here. Right, Beans, you've spoken. I can't see this poll flipping on its head. I think it's safe to say 33 votes to 3. You Beans know what you want, and that is an acoustic version of Shutter Speed. Now, this single is my latest single. In fact, it's a single that has inspired this entire overlay. So if you are new here, I don't know if anyone is new here today. Are you new here today? Are you perhaps, maybe there's one person right now here that's new. If you are, let us know that you're the new one. Put a hello in chat, or a heart, or whatever you feel comfortable with. Maid, thank you so much for bestowing a pair of wings upon G. Gemma. And Princess Bliss says, I assume you mean your dog or your cat. You say, my licking my whole face again, this time including my ear. Is it your dog or your cat? I think you said it was your cat last time, and I was amazed that your cat could lick your whole cheek. Yeah, your cat. It's very impressive that your cat likes to lick so much. I'm not sure my cat was ever a licker. Thank you for that 100 bit cheer. Andrew says, I'm new. Well, Andrew, this is in honour of you as our new viewer of the day. Andrew, this is my brand new single. It's called Shutter Speed, and you can watch the music video for this on YouTube. Could we have a link for that in the chat, my beautiful mods? And you can, of course, listen on all the different platforms like Spotify, etc. I'm going to play this to you acoustically, as it was written. And that is the only intro I'm going to give you. Right, let's show you the piano. Just out of sight, down at the end of the garden, you hide your bike. I find an excuse to be pardoned. No time for shoes, feeling the damp of the dew against my skin. I will ride upon your handlebars and feel as though the world is ours, created for this moment in existence. Underneath 1,000 eyes of ever watchful fireflies that light our path into the distance. And when the town is fast asleep, we'll lay together in the street, our hearts now beating with persistence. Set the shutter speed slow, turn me into a ghost, focus on the stars. 3, 2, 1, the picture's ours, forever and ever, and oh, I'll go to bed 10 minutes before my alarm, eyes heavy as lead, but your name is written on my arm, surrounded by stars, tracing the lines of the ink upon my skin. I will ride upon your handlebars and feel as though the world is ours, created for this moment in existence. Underneath 1,000 eyes of ever watchful fireflies that light our path into the distance. And when the town is fast asleep, we'll lay together in the street, our hearts now beating with persistence. Set
the shutter speed slow. Turn me into a ghost. Focus on the stars. 3, 2, 1, the picture's ours forever and ever. For our brand new viewer, Andrew, that was an original of mine called Shutter Speed, which I realised after midway through playing it that that's actually not what this overlay is about. In my head, I really struggled to differentiate the two names, Shutter Speed and Borrowed Breath. Those two song names, I just can't separate them. This overlay is for Borrowed Breath, which I'll play for you next, just to add to the confusion. So Shutter Speed also, of course, does have a video up and you can listen to it. All of the other stuff applies, but this overlay is actually for Borrowed Breath. That's the Cease-themed one. Shutter Speed is the Camera and Daisy-themed one. Come on, Venus. Come on. This is what happens when you have one cocktail at lunch. If I'd had 2 cocktails, I'd be bang on. If I'd had 2 cocktails, I wouldn't be here, if we're being serious. If I'd had 2 cocktails, I wouldn't be able to talk. Harry, it's a pleasure to have you here. Asher VO and Scooby DDDD, thank you so very much for following. It's a pleasure to have you with us. Shameful Karma, how are you doing? Laz Long Lives Loves Laughs, thank you for the claps. Maid says, I think of it as wandering westerly with borrowed breath to avoid shutter speed confusion. That's a great idea. I'll just lengthen it, although that's probably going to confuse me even more, actually. It's just more words to remember. But I'm going to try it. We'll give it a go. Movie says we need to have a 2 cocktail stream. Maybe we'll have a hangout stream and I'll get Anna to come and we'll make some cocktails and have just have chats. DM says, I took 2K photos in Colorado. Believe I shut the shutter speed like lightning. 2,000 photos. That is very, very impressive amount of photo taking. DM, did you enjoy it? I hope you did. Right. Shameful Karma says, I'm well. I hope the same for you. Your hair colour is fire. Thank you so much. Look, Beans, I actually wasn't planning to go this dark. I was going to go a little bit lighter. This is probably a shade darker than my natural hair. And I thought my thinking for that was, firstly, I wanted the excitement of going a little bit darker than usual. And I thought it probably will lighten up due to the fact that there is bleached hair underneath, and often dark dye will slowly lighten up if it's over bleached hair. So this is a little darker than I went to go, and I'm so excited that I did. I'm so glad I did because I don't think done hair this dark except for one time where I went to a hairdresser and she wrecked my hair, and she did it darker than this but in a terrible way. I don't know how she messed it up so terribly. She dyed it splotchy, almost greeny black and purple. I don't know what she did. I've got no idea how it happened. I remember getting home and just staring at it and being like, what has happened? But I didn't say anything to her because I did not want to. She was like from a small hairdresser's in a tiny little village, and I didn't want to complain because she did her best, and I'd paid for a hair dye job and she'd given me a hair dye job. It was just absolutely mad. It looked so bad. And so I have had it darker than this once, and it wasn't good. I had to fix it myself. And since then, I've been mainly doing my hair myself, and I really enjoy it. Fabio says, Venus, your nails are beautiful. Thanks. I went for dark nails to go with my new look. Shameful Karma says, good thing it grows back. I've been there. Yep. I think that's always been my attitude. In fact, my mum's always given me that attitude about hair. She's always been like, have fun with it. It grows back. Like if you make a mistake and you mess it up or you damage it, don't worry. You can cut it all off and it will grow back again. And don't take it too seriously. Just enjoy it. And I treat it kind of like an art project in my head. When you've got hair as wild and curly as mine is, right now it's in organised curls. You're not really seeing it in its full freedom. You just got to have a chill attitude about it. Avery says, next time Venus even dresses in black to go full out goth.
I would really like to do that, actually. I think I'm going to do that for one of the streams this Halloween month. I'm going to do a completely gothic stream, and I'll play just only Evanescence, and we'll just be really moody. SR says, was this a mistake colour? It looks so good. It wasn't. I bought a shade darker than I meant to, purposely. Didn't think it would actually come out this dark. So in a way, it just surprised me. But actually, I'm very happy with it. Yeti says, I am 51 and male and hair does not grow back anymore. This is true. Sometimes it doesn't grow back. That's false info from my mum. At some points in life, sometimes it doesn't grow back. But at this point in my life, it does still grow back. And so I can not take it too seriously and not worry too much about it if I make mistakes. Now, right, sorry, it's happening again, Beans. It's happening again. I'm going to play you my next newest song. This is actually the last one I did actually release. And this one's called Borrowed Breath. And this one is with this overlay. This one does go with this design. So there we go. I think I might realise halfway through singing it that it doesn't. Maid says, whatever, I guess. Hang on, I've lost it. Whatever, I guess. Like I'd even care about that emo/goth stream. Goes back to shuffling aimlessly to Evanescence behind the grocery store. Made to raid. Are you excited for a goth stream? I'm going to have to do it then. We'll have to do it and it'll be really fun. When I was a teenager, we would say emo rather than goth. I think I was a teenager at the point where goth had just sort of transitioned into the emo movement and yeah. Harry, you say the new hair does really bring out her beautiful eyes. Dreamy. Thank you very much. Cash, hello, my love. How are you, sweetheart? Are you having a good day? Right. Come on, Venus. This is what's happened from not having sugar for a week, then having sugar, and a cocktail with sugar in it. My brain is pure chaos right now. It's chaos. Borrowed Breath. I'm going to play this to you with the full production. Hell yeah, Cyclops Sid.
The silence in my fishing town with nothing but the wind to shake the walls of my wooden house and beg me to let him in. The salty air whips my hair around my pale and weathered skin as I sit and wait by the old lighthouse for the storm clouds to roll in. The storm clouds to roll in. I'm weathered and warm, but my house is still standing against the wind. And whether I'm torn from the sky, I'll still know when the night begins. I cast my net into the deep blue, which now reflects the stars. A reminder of a deeper truth, that which we hold is not ours. On borrowed breath, I was attuned, a tune that beckons sleep, and memories of my mother's arms, not even memories will we keep, not even memories will we keep. I'm weathered and warm, but my house is still standing against the wind. And whether I'm torn
my latest single. That one is called Borrowed Breath. And you can listen to that one on all the major musical streaming platforms or watch the video on my YouTube. Hey, JT Beeman, it's a pleasure to have you with us. How's your day going, my love? I'm going to play for you, Beans, up next. Where did you guys just go to? Where on earth has that song just disappeared to? There we go. This is I Found, and it's by Amber Run. And it's deliciously sad. Made to Raid, thank you so much for bestowing a pair of wings upon Human Horse. And Human Horse, thank you so much for the 500 bit cheer. Bless your face. Maid says, you know when you just know a song's got it. You know it. Well, I've known from the first time I heard that beautiful song. I love your story songs so much. Thank you, Maid. They are, I think, my favourite to write. Writing the story songs, I love being taken into another world and getting completely lost in it, and writing those story songs always gets me totally lost without a map in another world. And so I'm with you, Maid. The story songs, my favourite to do. My favourite. Hi, Goal Machine Gaming. It's wonderful to see you. How are you, my love?
And I use you as a warning sign that if you talk enough sense, then you lose your mind. And I use you as a focal point, so I don't lose sight of what I want. And I move further than I thought I could, but I miss you more than I thought I would. And I'll use you as a warning sign that if you talk enough sense, then you lose your mind. Oh, 'cause I found love where it wasn't supposed to be, right in front of me. Talk some sense to me. Oh, 'cause I found love where it wasn't supposed to be, right in front of me. Talk some sense to me. And I'll use you as a makeshift game of how much to give and how much to take. And I'll use you as a warning sign that if you talk enough sense, you lose your mind. Oh, 'cause I found love where it wasn't supposed to be, right in front of me. Talk some sense to me. Oh, 'cause I found love where it wasn't supposed to be, right in front of me. Talk some sense to me.
beautiful song I found by Amber Run. Thank you so much, FreeSword22, for that 500-bit cheer. What's with these huge cheers today, Beans? You are being so kind. Thank you. Bless your face, FreeSword, for that huge show of support. And JT Beeman, thank you so much for 3 months of resubscribing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, Bill Nash, how is your Saturday going? It's lovely to have you with us. Anyone that I've not given a proper hello to, Ari's with us too. A big shout out to the incredible streamer that's Ari. Ari, how is your weekend going, my lovely? Faving says, your hair is gorgeous. Thank you, Faving. I'm glad you like it. I too like it. I'm very pleased with it, which doesn't always happen when I change my hair, so I'm glad that I do. Now, Bill says, my Saturday's excellent so far, just waiting for the rain to stop. Have you got pouring rain where you are? We've got here in the southeast of England, I think it's just slightly grey, just mildly overcast, but it was very, very, very lovely here all day. Very hot, in fact. I'm going to play for you. Up next. Rashi, thank you so much for bestowing a pair of wings upon Renifer. Bless you, my darling Rashi. And James, thank you for using your Twitch Prime. To all of you who use your Twitch Prime here, thank you so much for choosing my channel to use your Twitch Prime on. I so appreciate it. James, thank you for 10 months of your beautiful support. Now, this next cover is for Made to Rage. This is called Your Power, and it's by Billie Eilish. It's a very lovely song. We don't want the strings, and in fact, we're going to have the very soft piano for this one. Try not to abuse your power. No, we didn't choose to change. Might not wanna lose your power. Living it so strange. She said, you were a hero, you played the part, but you ruined her in a year. Don't act like it was hard, and you swear you didn't know. No wonder why you didn't ask. She was sleeping in your clothes, but now she's got to get close. How dare you? How could you? Would you only feel bad if they found out? If you could take it all back, would you? Try not to abuse your power. I know we didn't choose to change. Might not wanna lose your power, but having it so strange. I thought that I was special. You made me feel it was my fault. You were the devil, lost your appeal. Does it keep you in control? For you to keep her in a cage, and you swear you didn't know. You said you thought she was your age. How dare you? How could you? Will you only feel bad if it turns out that they kill your contract?
would you try not to abuse your power? No, we didn't choose to change. You might not want to lose your power, but power isn't pain.
Your Power by Billie Eilish. Gold Machine Gaming, it is so lovely to have you back with us after all this time. Amirul Suhaimi, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you with us. Anyone that I've not given a hello to, please do keep yelling hi at me till I see you. Now, Rashi, I've seen that you've just requested Elastic Heart by Sia. It's been a while since I played this, so I would love to play this for you. Hello, Rupert Hawes. It's a pleasure to have you here. Bless your face. I hope you're having a great weekend. All right, Beans. This is Elastic Heart by Sia. Matt, hello. You sweet bean.
And another one bites the dust. Why can I not conquer love? And I might have thought that we were one. Wanted to fight this war without weapons. And I wanted it so bad. But there were so many red flags. Now another one bites the dust. Yeah, let's be clear, I'll trust no one. You did not bring me. I'm still fighting for peace. Yeah, I've got a thick skin and an elastic heart, but your blade, it might be too sharp. I'm like a rubber band till you pull too hard. But I may snap when I move fast. You won't see me fall apart, 'cause I've got an elastic heart. And I will stay up through the night. Yeah, let's be clear, won't close my eyes. And I know that I can survive. I walk through fire to save my life. And I want my life so bad. I'm doing everything I can. Then another one bites the dust. It's hard to lose a chosen one. You did not bring me. I'm still fighting for peace. Well, I've got a thick skin and an elastic heart, but your blade, it might be too sharp. I'm like a rubber band till you pull too hard. but I may snap when I move fast. You won't see me fall apart, 'cause I've got an elastic heart. Oh, 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 well, I've got a thick skin and an elastic heart, but I may snap when I move fast. You won't see me fall apart, 'cause I've got an elastic heart. Yeah, I've got an elastic heart.
Elastic Heart by Sia for my darling Rashi. Thank you, beautiful beans. Thank you for all the gorgeousness in chat. As always, I gotta just say, I gotta hand it to you. I think I take for granted sometimes just how entertaining my chat is to constantly look at. All of you are always filling the chat with so many, either magical conversations and lovely things to say, or with such a fantastically strong emote game that I am just honestly always entertained just staring at chat, and I can look at you all the way through performing a song, and my brain just feels so occupied in such a happy and peaceful way. Franz is back. It's a pleasure to have you here. How are you, my lovely? Anyone else I've not said hello to? Ladnar TV, I hope you're having a good day. Chocolate Thunder, good afternoon, my darling bean. Bless your face. Anyone else that I've missed, please do keep yelling heart me till I see you. Now, Bill Nash says, I'm just over here seeing if I can get her to giggle snort while singing. A big possibility. I've had to train myself to contain the giggles when streaming. I'm pretty good at containing myself. I remember a time, maybe one of the first times I really just lost it during a song was when Holes came in, and Holes she wrote turd in chat, and something about just seeing the word turd really made me laugh. Also, Tegruff's typos while singing along, they've got me quite a few times. Jay Gutman, thank you so much for that $5 donation. You say, I really like the new hairdo. Thank you so much. I'm glad you do. Bless your face. Thank you for all of the support and kindness about me changing my hair. It's been lovely to read. Now, I know we missed Teg. Oh, Teg! Okay. I'm going to play for you. Oh God, that midnight screaming lady, 4 a.m. screaming lady, really did a number on my energy levels. Right, I'm going to play a song for Honey. Honey has requested that I play an original of mine, which is called Survive, and Survive is not yet released. So currently the only place you can hear this is live on stream or in the VODs on YouTube. Can we summon the Teg? Can we summon him with enough? We did. We summoned him. Teg. That's a good feeling. The power of the beans. Teg, how are you? Maid says, we did it! The combined power of all these beans. Now that's quite something. Amiral says, so lucky I found these streams. May I drawing in peace. I'm glad you're drawing in peace. Bless you. Right, an original song not yet released for my darling Honey, my sunshine soul of a bean.
I'm sad for no reason, it has stopped me sleeping. I'd kept all these feelings inside. I can't stop the bleeding, I'm endlessly needing somebody like you in my life. but you don't exist. And I'm not sure that you ever did. I saved a kiss, but somebody had bound both my wrists. Oh God, could this be the answer that I'd always missed? We're alone in the dark to learn to survive. I'd lost the direction that inner reflection would usually bring to my life. I'd made you the reason that I wasn't sleeping. Myself I still have to remind that you don't exist. And I'm not sure that you ever did. I'd saved a kiss, but somebody had bound both my wrists. Oh God, could this be the answer that I'd always missed? We're alone in the dark to learn to survive. But I don't want this pain. I don't wanna be sane. I just want the light. How can this be madness? Avoidance of sadness. I don't wanna fight with you. Don't exist. And I'm not sure that you ever did. I'd saved a kiss, but somebody had bound both my wrists. Oh God, could this be the answer that I'd always missed? We're alone in the dark to learn to survive. We're alone in the dark to learn to survive. We're alone in the dark to learn to survive.
For my darling Honey, an original of mine called Survive. That is a song about that sort of thought process that you can have where you create in your head the perfect person that is going to be your entire happiness and everything that your happiness depends on, basically. And you think to yourself, oh, if only that person was with me all the time, I'd just be content. All my worries would be gone. And it's about just having the realization of no perfect person exists for anyone in terms of your entire happiness can come from that person. You've got to grow your happiness on your own and go to someone with a full bowl of happiness so that they can have a full bowl of happiness of their own, and you can share from each other's bowls of happiness and not then be depleted because you're giving and taking, and not making in your head this idol of a person that is going to bring you just everything you've ever wanted. And I've definitely been guilty of that through my life, just sort of putting people on pedestals and imagining that person is going to change your whole world, and then if you are finally with them, your entire world is going to be magical and happy. But then realizing that painful and wonderful realization that the happiness comes from you, comes from yourself, doesn't come from anyone else. And you've got to find that self-love and that the reservoir inside yourself before you can be truly happy with anybody, no matter how heavenly they are. And there are lots of heavenly people out there. But if you haven't found your own happiness with yourself and acceptance of yourself, really just true self-acceptance as much as you can, then no person is going to be able to make you happy in that way. Free Saw, thank you for that 150-bit cheer. Bless your face. Thank you for cheering. Thank you, Beans. All this love and cuteness and magic. Flak Jacket says, did you dye your hair? I just woke up like this. It was really weird. Yesterday I had bright blonde hair, like bright blonde. Woke up this morning and it was just overnight this colour. So weird. No, I did dye it. I totally dyed it. Yeah, it was it was properly blonde. And I've gone back to my natural colour now. Well, this is a bit darker than my natural, but it's close to it. Hair dye fairies. That would be so cool if you got fairies that would come in and just dye people's hair in the night. It'd be so fun. And you just would never know what you're going to get. I'd love that. Shazal, how are you, my lovely? It's a pleasure to have you here. Rupert says, yes, there are magical people, but you are also your own light and love. Exactly. Having that realization is so great. And then working on finding that within yourself. And it's really hard and it's a massive journey. Just being okay with being in your own mind as well. Like, I've been finding it very interesting recently to do meditations of thought watching. And so that's where you sit, you don't try and do anything. People often feel like they can't meditate because they say, oh, my mind is too busy. Well, you'll be able to do this one because all this is observing your mind. So just watching it be busy. And I've had remarkable results from that in terms of relaxation, because just the act of watching your own mind and sort of just not judging it, well, the mind might judge itself, but just watching the entire inner process, just observing what's going on, gives you a tiny bit of separation from what for me can be a pretty hectic place. The inside of my head can be pretty hectic. It's a extremely colourful environment in my head, and I find it very overwhelming at times. I get very, very sort of a busy, loud head filled with too many thoughts, easily overwhelmed. So if I've had too much stimulation, my brain is not a fun place to be in. And yeah, Princess Bliss says ADHD, go brr, yeah. my brain and ADHD, yeah. It's a whole place in there. And I recommend to any of you that struggle with meditation, or perhaps if you've got ADHD, for me it works absolutely great. Just sitting still as you can, and don't worry if you can't, doesn't matter either, because your main objective with that meditation is just observing the brain. Maid says, watching watchfulness, presence to the present. Well, exactly. It's a bit of a strange paradox, really, because you're watching yourself, but the more that you do that, you feel this just a little bit of breathing space between your thoughts and the presence that's watching them. And then you have very far out spiritual experiences where you're like, well, what am I then? If I can watch these thoughts, hang on a second, what does that make me? And then your brain goes on some haywire missions and tries to figure out the meaning of life and who you really are and what consciousness is. But that's fine. The brain just tries to figure that out all the time. I don't think it's meant to really know. But yeah, big recommendation there in the meditation department. If any of you struggle to meditate or want to get into it, try just doing nothing but just brain watching. And I find it very comforting. At first, I found it kind of awful. And then as I started to feel that little bit of separation from the thoughts, I was like, oh, this is kind of amazing. This is kind of the most relaxing thing ever. You can really space out and just chill. Anyway, what do all these topics keep just appearing from? I don't know. Big Mama Steph says, I've been thinking about meditation myself. Give it a try, Big Mama Steph. I think it can be so transformative for your life, especially if you're someone that gets anxious, which I am. I am someone who has anxiety attacks and sort of spaces out when I get anxious and can't really do much. And I find that this watchfulness, if I can keep up that meditative practice regularly enough, my anxiety is very reduced. So for any of you that suffer from busy mind or anxiety or all of the above, or just being stressed out in general, it's so good. Cass says it's not unlike intentional daydreaming. Yeah, very similar. It is that really, but just daydreaming at your thoughts, but being very not being unconscious about it. I find daydreaming, I'm sort of not really there. I'm just sort of, it's like autopilot, but this is being very, very alert to your thoughts by just observing them and not judging them. I mean, you might observe judgment in your brain, and that's all fine, but just watching the whole process. It's kind of hard to put into words, really. Old but Slow says, just remember the answer to the meaning of life is 43. Isn't it 42? Is it not? I think it's 42. I think if it's 43, then I've been getting that number wrong the whole time, and I've just been entirely wrong about the meaning of life all these years. Now, it's definitely 42, says Nicole. I thought so. I'm glad I'm not wrong about that because I've been saying that for so very long. But maybe it's also 43. Who knows? All but slow says inflation. It might be 43 now then. Right. Princess Bliss says, ever been stoned? It's like that. Sort of. Kind of. I don't know. I've been stoned before. It's not for me. It's not something I can really do. I just can't. It's just my brain can't handle substances. I remember as a teenager thinking, oh, I'll be able to get stoned. That'll be... Everyone finds that fun, right? Not me. I don't find that fun. I can't do it. I don't have a good time and giggle like everyone else. I just become highly aware that I'm in my body in a horrible way and just feel like I've got to go to bed, but I don't want to be in bed. I don't want to be thinking about the way that my entire being feels right now. Just an uncomfortable self-awareness of my physical body is what I've felt when I've been stoned. So not something I can do, which is fine. Because I have a great time without being stoned. But I remember all my friends having a great time and me just being like, this isn't fun. What do you mean? What is this? I think I just don't get on with marijuana. Something in my genetic makeup does not vibe with it. Honey says it helps me a lot. So many people it helps a lot. I've known so many people who say that for them, marijuana is the most fabulous thing for their brain and they know how to dose it properly for themselves. And perhaps were I in a country where it's legal, it's not legal here in the UK. So I feel like there's a lot more information, for instance, in America where people can legally get it and know the dosing and there might be more information about how much to take for certain people, and you might get it prescribed by a doctor as well who can tell you what to take. Whereas when I've had it, it's been, passed around at a party, smoking stuff that probably isn't good quality, probably been sourced from a dodgy place. Who knows what other chemicals are in there? So my experience with it is probably not really one that anyone should go by, because it's not been the experience that I think a lot of people have now, where they're having really high quality stuff. They know what they're taking. They know how it works. Rash says, I didn't like marijuana, but did like CBD. It's the same effect as THC without the psychoactive component. Yeah, so I've tried CBD oil. Didn't find a whole lot of... I was trying it for anxiety, maybe like when it first was being sold in the UK, maybe like 5 or 6 years ago. And I didn't have much effect from it as far as I can remember. I think I didn't really notice what it did. I know people use it to sleep. Teg says, it def doesn't help me. It's a vice. Really, Teg, do you find it like you just can't stop? I don't know if I could get to that point with it. If I'd persisted as a teenager, maybe. But again, I'm sure I wasn't having the good stuff. I'm sure I was... Operator Emma says gummies, but smoking is gross. Yeah, that was just, that's all we could do when I was a teenager. It was just smoke or nothing. And I think it would often be mixed with tobacco, which I didn't want to put in my lungs either. So one day, I'm sure it will be legal in the UK as well, and people over here will be able to get really good quality stuff legally and know the dosing that they're having and have wonderful effects from it. But it's not currently legal here, which is very weird. We're very behind, I feel. People also vape it, right? That's another thing. You can have it sort of inhaling it without the smoke. Cyclops says Germany's going to make it legal. That is so awesome. It's nice to see different countries are all sort of getting on board and following America's footsteps. I'm sure there are lots of countries where it's been legal already that I didn't know about. But I've known that... in America, it has been. Hellstrike says it's legal here in Canada now. You can't go 2 blocks without passing a cannabis store. That's so awesome. I'm so glad that this miracle plant that is used for so many healing things, like the hemp plant, is incredible. I'm so glad that is becoming legal and not being treated like this demon plant, which it is not at all. It's crazy that alcohol's legal and marijuana isn't, when alcohol is literally poison and we're all just okay with having that. But I think the conversation's changing about marijuana. I feel like people are not seeing it as a terrible thing anymore. I think that's a thing of the past. But it definitely doesn't agree with some people. I was actually talking to a lady the other day and she was saying how she just can't get on with it. Like, it just, for her brain, doesn't work. And I don't know, again, if she's only had bad stuff or good stuff. Who knows? Operator Emma says, I'd rather marijuana was normalised rather than cigarettes. For sure. For sure. Tobacco's terrible for you. And also just information on how to do it safely in the right amounts so that you don't feel terrible and freaked out. And that would be wonderful if they could just, in every country, just have information out there, clear information, friendly help, how to do these things really, really consciously, so that you're not having terrible stuff filled with chemicals and you're not taking way too much and feeling awful and all of that. Anyway, if we could change the world, Beans, we would, but I'm not in control, sadly, of whether or not countries legalise it and give information to everyone. If I could change it, I would. I'm sure you would too. Now, what was that? Venus for President, says Nicole. Please, no. I'd be terrible. I'd have a breakdown in the first 5 minutes. I'm not built for that kind of responsibility or paperwork or public speaking. I can do this kind of public speaking, fine, but the kind of public speaking where I'm having to make serious decisions about things would be terrible. I would immediately send the world into chaos. And I just wouldn't want it. Wouldn't want that power. Be horrible. Be awful. Be dreadful. You know when Gandalf is nearly handed the ring and he's like, don't tempt me. I feel like that ring really represents the power of. It's the same thing when you give someone the presidency or any position of power politically. They're handed the ring, and God, that's. If you're not a hobbit, it's going to be hard to handle. Okay, Bilbo could do it because he was chill. He didn't want to do anything with it. But you give that ring to Sauron. Oh no. Terrible. Anyway, okay, I'm off on one again. We're an hour 36 in. Well. Operator says, what actually made the hobbits so resistant to the ring? I think it's meant to be their values. I think it's their lack of ego as a people. They're meant to be just really, really centered beings who don't have that draw towards power. Whereas if you give it to men, in Lord of the Rings, they are easily corrupt, and I guess a few different sort of the beings in Middle Earth are meant to be easily corrupted by the ring, but men definitely are the worst. But the hobbits are just ego-free and really, really sorted values in terms of just caring about plants and food, and they're not meant to be particularly cerebral and wanting for themselves great amounts of power. Saying that, obviously you get the odd one like Gollum who gets consumed by it, but again, he doesn't really want power. He's just more taken by the ring itself. He doesn't want to really do anything with it. Unlike, of course, the kings like Boromir wanting to take it and change the world with it, and yeah. Hellstrike says, your love of the halflings leaf has clearly slowed your mind. Gosh, the endless Lord of the Rings quotes that just could keep us happy all day. Nicole says, I like chatty Venus streams. I'm glad you do, because I can't help it today. I'm just so chatty. Avery says, also all the weed the hobbits smoke made them ultra chill. It was just because they were all so blasted. They were so stoned. They were walking around like, man, no. Look, we'll take care of the ring. We don't want to do anything with it. It's all good, man. Just come try some of this. Mole's Revenge says, when the ring tries to tempt Samwise, all it can find to try and corrupt him is making him a better gardener. It's so sweet, you see? All he cares about is his plants. The hobbit life is a simple life. Exactly. They're sort of not a people who want power over others. They're just content as they are, which is lovely. Rach says, I've tried it, got prescribed to try and ease some of all of my many symptoms and illnesses. Medical is allowed here, otherwise illegal. I was to cook it and drink it as a sort of tea. It was horrible and disgusting, tasted awful, stinks up your place for days after cooking. And guess what? I had a terrible allergic reaction. Oh no! Plus it's expensive as heck. Well, Rach, that's a no from you. Don't even bother. If you're allergic, never bother. And also expensive. That's really difficult. If you need it for any kind of symptoms or illnesses, it's a shame. It's a shame that anywhere that anyone has to pay for their medical things. we're really lucky in the UK. We've got the NHS, so having to pay for any sort of medicines has never been anything that I've even thought about. It's just you go, if you've got an ailment, you go to the doctor and they prescribe you it for free. And it blows my mind to think that anyone has to pay to be healthy. The fact that you got to pay to go get medicine or to be seen by a doctor, or if you get in a car crash, oh my God, it's crazy. Mate says paying for medical blows. I was talking the other day, made to raid, with my friend who came over from America to visit, and he has type 1 diabetes. And he came over, he's like, oh my God, I love England. He's like, I walked into a pharmacy because I'd left my insulin at home, forgotten a certain round of it or something. And he said he went in and he's like, and I asked for the if they could give me any, and he was like, I was so shocked because they just said yes, and then I didn't have to pay more than £5 for an amount that would have cost me. I think he said something like it would have cost over 1,000 for what he bought. He said plus you wouldn't have just been able to do that, which just blew my mind that it would be that hard to. He said you have to go through steps in order to get your insulin, and they have to pay a lot, and to be born with a illness that you need to have medicine for and then having to pay for it is just insane. Nicole says that's how it should be. I'm drowning in medical debt. That is so unfair. It's just unfair. That's not how it should be. We should not have to pay and get into debt for having an illness or getting injured. It's just so wrong and so on so many levels. King Wayne says, sorry, I had to step away to get my kids some lunch. Delicious. What did you feed the kiddies today? Teg says, yeah, Yankees buy insulin up here in CA to save crazy money. It's hundreds in the States and pennies here. That's so mad. It's just crazy that people are having to pay hundreds and hundreds for insulin. Lincoln says, when I become world leader, there will be free healthcare and free education for all, and also free marijuana. Lincoln Lee for president, or for world leader, I think, actually. Free healthcare, free education. This should be absolutely just a given. And feeding kids food at school should be a given. Like kids being able to eat just food for everyone. We've got the resources on this planet to feed everyone and to educate everyone and to give everyone medicine. We got it all. It's just mad. What kind of a world are we living on? It's so surreal. It's easy to be in a little bubble like I've been really all my life, being in the UK in a small town. It's easy to forget that all over the world people are having to pay for their medicine and aren't able to buy their medicine, and it's awful. ID Flux, it's a pleasure to have you here. You say US is owned by big business grifters, unfortunately. Yeah, it's, I guess, big pharma making so much money from this. Smurf, it's a pleasure to have you with us. How are you, my lovely bean? Teg says, we have the ability, but not the will. You see, the ring is still controlling us because we are but men. We are but human beings who can't deal with the ring yet. We need to learn from the hobbits, and then there'll be free healthcare for everyone and free education. Hi, Kit Kat. It's a pleasure to have you here. Mole's Revenge says, for profit healthcare is at best immoral and at worst evil. Both immoral and evil. Now, anyway, we're just chatty today. We're having a chatty Saturday. I'm not even going to apologise for it. It's just what it is. And I'm going to sing you a song now anyway. I've got to get my brain on track here. I would like to play for you. Lincoln says, I like it, it's fun. I like it too, it's really fun. Having great chats. Rashi says, chatty Venus is the best Venus. I've been particularly chatty this week. I think it's because of these IRL streams we've been doing, just chatting streams at home. It's just got me in the swing of being chatty. I think sometimes I get in the swing of just like singing song after song after song, and I forget that I could also just be sitting here having scintillating conversations with you in between. Right. Okay. All right, Beans. Would you like? How about this? Shall I do? Come on, Venus, you can get it out. You can get it out. I want to play you. You know what? I want the Blower's Daughter. It's been too long. I love it. I love it with all my heart and soul. I adore performing this song. I'm going to give myself a treat. The Blower's Daughter by Damien Rice. It used to be not a stream would go by without me playing this. And I got myself under control now. I don't play it every stream, but I probably would still enjoy playing it every stream, to be fair. Keep getting a jump when I catch myself in the monitor. Proper jump. Who the hell is that? And so it is, just like you said it would be. Life goes easy on me most of the time. And so it is, the shorter story. No love, no glory, no hero in the skies. Oh, I can't take my eyes off of you. Oh, I can't take my eyes off of you. Oh, I can't take my eyes off of you. Oh, I can't take my eyes off of you. Oh, I can't take my eyes off of you. Oh, I can't take my eyes. And so it is, just like you said it should be. We'll both forget the breeze most of the time. And so it is, the colder water, the blower's daughter, the pupil in denial. Oh, I can't take my eyes off of you. Oh, I can't take my eyes off of you. Oh, I can't take my eyes off of you. Oh, I can't take my eyes off of you. Oh, I can't take my eyes off of you. I can't take my eyes. Who did I say that I love you? Did I say that I want to leave it all behind? Oh, I can't take my mind off of you. Oh, I can't take my mind off of you. Oh, I can't take my mind off of you. Oh, I can't take my mind off of you. Oh, I can't take my mind off of you.
haunting my mind, my mind, my mind, until I find somebody new.
By Damien Rice, that was The Blower's Daughter. Oh, it's just a magnificent song. What's the movie called that song features in so strongly? I remember it being like kind of a messed up movie. Something about eyes or Not 10 Things I Hate About You. Maid, thank you for that 100 Richie. Oh my god, I'm going to sleep so well tonight as long as no one starts screaming outside my house. Maid says, my mind. Uh-oh, Venus is stuck. Maid, bless your face. What's the movie called? It's Closer. Nothing about eyes. I was thinking of Eyes Wide Shut. Different movie entirely. Great movie. Maid, thank you. Closer. That is it's a pretty emotionally heavy movie, isn't it? From what I can remember. A lot of turmoil, romantic turmoil. I think that's exactly how I describe that movie. Just romantic turmoil. What's the song he was singing from the Bleachers? I'll tell you.
I love you, baby, and if it's quite alright, I need you, baby, to warm the lonely nights. I need you, baby, trust in me when I say, oh, pretty baby, don't leave me down, I pray. Oh, pretty baby, now that I've found you, stay and let me love you, baby, let me love you. Oh, I need to watch that movie again, I love it.
Heath Ledger, what an absolutely fantastic actor. Just so likeable. There's such a presence about him. I love that song. What's that song called? You're just too good to be true.
Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch.
It's got the same lyrics. Can't take my eyes off of you.
I wanna hold you so much. At long last love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true.
Is it just called I Love You, Baby?
Can't take my eyes off of you. Maybe it's called Can't Take My Eyes Off of You.
That's why you got that song mixed up with The Blower's Daughter. Let's see. Is it called Can't Take My Eyes Off of You? It's called You're Just Too Good to Be True. You're just too good to be true. I'm getting mixed messages here, Beans. Which is it? Maid, thank you for that 100 bit cheer. Orinicus, thank you so much for 12 months, 1 whole year. You absolute angel. You say new hair colour is lovely. Thank you so much. I'm enjoying being a brunette. Whoever said blondes have more fun? That's not true. I have just as much. I'm having just as much, if not more fun than I had yesterday. So maybe it is brunettes that have more fun. I've been most hair colours, and they all have fun at different times of the day for different reasons, not to do with the hair colour. Maid, you say no, is wrong. It's called Can't Take My Eyes Off of You. My apologies. Maid Charade, you do not need to apologise. Maid Charade, get your butt into detention for getting that song name. How very dare you? How dare you come into this strip calling yourself a mod? You need to know the name of every single song made. And if I ask you, I need that information at the drop of a hat. And if you don't know that song name, honestly, I think it's going to be 17 months of detention. So you think about what you've done. You think about your lack of song knowledge, and you rethink everything. Moses immediately, if not sooner. I told you, like, brunette Venus, she's scary. Can you imagine? Imagine if, I'm sure there are people that are that serious and would be genuinely angry. Maybe, surely not. No one's that serious. Actually, you know what? Someone I know would be that serious. My old neighbour. I used to live next to a genuinely evil person. He was so scary. Him and his wife, terrifying. And I'm sure he would be genuinely angry if he asked me a question and I didn't immediately know the answer. I'm sure he did. It's just if he could give me detention, he was a teacher, and I'm sure he would give me detention for just not knowing the answer to any question he asked at any time. So I'm sure these people exist. It'd be really, really funny if my personality took a turn and all of a sudden I really did become evil and I was just crazy on stream. It could happen. You never know. Just prepare yourselves for it, Beans. Halloween's coming. You never know. Right. All right. Oh my God. I've been live for 1 hour 55. I've gone so rogue this week. So rogue. So the schedule tomorrow is that I shall be going live at 4 p.m. BST. And I'll be singing you lots of songs. I can't promise there won't be lots of chatting, but there'll probably be less chatting than today. You never know. You never know. I guess we'll see. Right. You glorious, gorgeous beans. Firstly, a big thank you to my ever incredible, outrageously wonderful mods. You work so hard throughout every single stream, giving information in chat, keeping the song list up to date, banning the bannables, welcoming in the new beans, being so kind and wonderful to everyone. So thank you for being literally the best mod team I could ever dream of. I know how freaking lucky I am to have you as my mod team. Thank you to my beans on the screen, which is both made to raid and made to rate. Thank you so much for, I need to redo this because the whale's eye makes it hard to read the number there. I think it says 5 gift subs. Thank you, Made to Raid, for bestowing 5 gift subs and giving me 2,310 bits in this stream. Made to Raid, double name on the screen. That's pretty impressive feat right there. And thank you to all of you beans for, as ever, bringing your incredible selves. And also thank you for bringing so much wonderful conversation today. I've really had an absolutely fantastic time. And we're going to go and do a beautiful raid. And today we're going to take ourselves over to who have we got live. Let me just have a little look in our live section. Emma McGann. I haven't gone and raided her for ages. She's a fantastic, also British music streamer. She's absolutely lovely. She's super talented and she deserves all the love and support. So let's take it over to her. Maid, you say whale eyes. The whale eye can read it, so that's just fine. I'll see myself out. Very true. That whale is up close and personal with that number and knows exactly what's going on. As long as the whale can read, we're all fine. Your beans are incredible. I love you so much. I cannot wait for tomorrow. Oh, thank you, Bean. That's my anonymous angel number 1. Getting your name up on screen, my beautiful Bean. Thank you for that £5.55. You say empty box. Thank you for ensuring that this box got filled before the end of the stream. That is so sweet. Bless your face. You're so thoughtful. All right, my lovelies. I'm going to go and have a restful evening because I'm going to need one after a very, very terrible sleep last night. And I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you for bringing your beautiful selves to the stream once again, and I look forward very much to seeing you tomorrow. Have the best rest of your Saturday night. Until next time, it is time for me to say over and outro.
So comes a tune.